Okay, so let me, I mentioned the Permian extinction a couple of days ago. I just want to mention it one more time because somebody called earlier and mentioned, burning things. And I was talking about contemporary sunlight versus ancient sunlight. And it's really just the last 150 years that we have been using ancient sunlight in a big way. It's the last 1,000 years that we've been using it, but it's just the last 150 years. And it's really the last 50 or so years that we've been putting so much of it into the atmosphere that we are reinventing the atmosphere to be the way it was before the Permian extinction. The Permian extinction was a period of time 250 million years ago when there was apparently a lot of volcanic activity in what is now Siberia, which heated up the planet by 5 degrees Celsius. That in turn heated the oceans, which in turn melted the methane hydrate crystals around the seacoasts. Hundreds of billions, maybe trillions of tons of methane frozen under the surface of the sea, decomposed plant matter, decomposed aquatic plant matter, and that methane bubbled up. This is the soda pop hypothesis. That methane bubbled up into the atmosphere, and I read about this in my book, The Edison Gene. In fact, there's a chapter on this, and added another 5 degrees of global warming because methane is an incredibly potent greenhouse gas. That total 10-degree warming of the planet was enough to kill off 95% of all life on this planet. 95% of all life in the oceans, 95% of all life on land. And what came out of that was the dinosaurs. They appeared after the Permian extinction. And then, of course, they got knocked out by the Earth being struck by a meteorite that's, stuck in the ground down near Cancun. And that was 65 million years ago at the end of the Jurassic period. But the Permian extinction, 95%. What we know about that now is that endogenous, within the Earth, forces, this massive volcanic activity produced the first 5 degrees of warming. And then the second 5 degrees of warming, well, it was also endogenous. It was also came from the Earth, but it was a consequence of the sea warming up and all this methane being released. Well, all that methane is back in the sea again. It's been 250 million years since the Earth was that warm. So it's all back down there as methane hydrate. In fact, there are some oil companies that are trying to drill out some of it. And one of the projections is that if we keep burning fossil fuels the way we are, by the end of this century, we will have warmed the planet by 5 degrees Celsius. And that is a bad enough thing in and of itself. I mean, Australia right now is in flames as a consequence of global warming. But if that then triggers the soda pop, the methane in the oceans, to warm the planet at another 5 degrees, we will see the extinction of the human race. And that's not good. At least that's not good if you're a fan of the human race. And I am. And of, all the other life on Earth as well. So that's that.